And good morning and welcome to another edition of Ralph's Opinion. I'm Ralph Williams. It's great to be here. Uh, this will be the last show for 2023 of my new show here, Ralph's Opinion. Right now, we're working on our social media platforms here, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter X platform. I may leave this show on this platform because until Blog Talk Radio can figure out their tech problems, I can always put it back on there if I need to or whatever. I had plans to keep it on that network, but apparently that's not happening because of what's been going on here or what's been going on with the tech issues with Blog Talk Radio. So I'm just going to keep it here on this platform for now, and we'll see where it goes down the road. But this will be the last one for 2023. We are off all of next week except for Sports Corner and the post-game show next Saturday with myself. Steelers play next week against the Seattle Seahawks in Seattle. I think that's next Saturday or Sunday, I believe, but whatever day it is, we're going to have that show as well. All right. Other than that, every other show that's on RW Media Productions will not be going on. All right, we're here in the First Line Consulting Services Studios, 1-877-926-6982. And our first segment is brought to you by Draft412.com. Draft412.com is a website that has all of the necessary information you need in regards to all different types of drafts, sports. They do podcasts. Joe Kuglis does a Draft Nation show on Blog Talk Radio as well on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. So they do all different types of activities, podcasts. They have all different kinds of reports. They report on their website. They tell you everything you need to know about what's going on in the sports world as far as athletes for different drafts, college recruits, and draft412.com. Check out their e-magazine. It's $9 a month, and you get you get the e-magazine in your inbox for $9 a month, and it's not a bad deal. Draft412.com. All right, let's get Ralph's Opinion started this morning here on our last show for 2023. We will be back in 2024. January the 3rd, we will be back with more of, or actually January the 1st, because the way we see it with me and Bill Canada, we're going to start our New Year's off on New Year's Day. All right. Russia, U.S. battling. And it's not a war. It's always been a war between us, regardless of whether or not guns are being fired. Russia's invaded Ukraine, and now the U.S. has seized some Russian currency and has shut down some Russian financial institutions, trying to get them to stop this crap with Ukraine and get our hostages out. My question to you, and we had this discussion yesterday, when I said on yesterday's show that why are we continuing to kiss the butt of our enemies and making trades? Well, now we're shutting down Russia's financial system, and we're also trying to strong arm them to release our prisoners, one of them being from this area, Randy Vogel, okay? And also the other prisoners they got over there, they have, I think, a Marine or two over there too, or some military people over in Russia that we still haven't done anything to bring them back. Now, all of a sudden, I guess my show and my opinion has started to garner to Washington, D.C., because now they're starting to shut down their financial system in Russia, and Putin has threatened to attack our country if this continues. Okay? Now, first of all, I know I don't want to see anything, any kind of a nuclear war with Russia while I'm living. All right? I know I don't want to see that. But President Biden has done everything he can to agitate or tip over the apple cart with Russia. But Russia has sort of done it to themselves. They went ahead, they attacked Ukraine for no apparent reason, because Putin wants this, he wants that. He thought Ukraine was going to be weak. He thought he could just waltz right into Ukraine and take it over. He didn't expect the Americans to, or the U.S. to be involved in any other kind of activities created with that period. Okay. But my thought process here is, okay, why didn't we do something like this before? Why all of a sudden now we're starting to do this? I said this yesterday. Why don't we send these SEAL teams in to go get our people in these foreign countries? I don't care about sovereignty. You took our people hostage. You are doing things to America to provoke America to do things. But instead, as I said yesterday, America has kissed the butt of our foreign enemies. All right. And it's going to continue because this is where we are. But something came about, a 360 was done. And now we took Russia's financial systems. We took some of their financial systems and blocked them, shut them down. We've done some different things here. I'm proud of Joe Biden for finally getting some balls to do this. Okay? Yeah, I'm going to say it, balls or backbone or whatever. Okay? Somebody needs to say it because no one else is. All right? Comment section wide open. Ralph's opinion here. Saturday, the day before Christmas Eve. And Russia and the U.S. are going round and round because poor Vladimir Putin is upset because we shut his financial system down, or we did something to his financial system. Well, you know what, Putin? That's what you get for messing with this country. And this should have been done a long time ago. All right? We told you not to mess with Ukraine. You went ahead and did it anyway. Okay? So here we are, the two supposedly most powerful countries in the world are fighting amongst each other. And it's been going on for many, many years. The jealousy, the whatever this, the whatever that. And it's led to some close calls to nuclear war. I don't want to see a nuclear war. You don't want to see a nuclear war. No one does. Putin is nothing but a loudmouth. And what's nice about this is everybody criticized me for saying this, but it was the truth. Donald Trump had Putin on a leash. Putin wouldn't be doing any of this stuff if Trump was president today. None. Because he knows Trump won't play around. And Trump will go right over there to Russia, fly over there and get in his face. Okay? That's how strong Trump is compared to Biden. But for some strange, elaborate reason, and I'm wondering if he's doing this to get elected for a second term, Biden, that now he's doing this again. He is now starting to have some kind of a backbone to step up to Russia. I would use it as a ploy. Say, hey, look, we'll give you this back, but you release our people. We're not giving you no more of nothing that you want. It's our terms now. We're calling the shots here. Let's see. Let's see what kind of card or a trump card that Biden pulls out this time around. Okay? No pun intended, but I think you know what I mean. That's Ralph's opinion this morning on that issue there. All right, this next segment brought to you by Sleep Pittsburgh, 412-462-7858. Sleep Pittsburgh, 8th Avenue, Homestead, Pennsylvania, right outside of downtown Pittsburgh, 8th Avenue in the Homestead community. Used to be a big steel town, had one of the largest steel mills in the world. Well, now it's a shopping mall. So, which is actually quite interesting because it's actually brought the community back, or supposed to have. We'll talk about that another time. But anyway, 412-462-7858, Sleep Pittsburgh, sleeppittsburgh.com. No credit check financing. Best selection of mattresses, futons, day beds, bunk beds. They also have lift chairs, lift recliners for those like myself who are handicapped. All right, and you have trouble getting out of a chair. All right, call them today, 412-462-7858. No credit check financing. Sleep Pittsburgh for the best sleep tonight. We're in the First Line Consulting Services Studios, 1-877-926-6982. First Line Consulting Services, what they do is they create your website, they put it up for you, they manage it, and they upload all your videos, all for one low monthly price. All right, so call them today, 1-877-926-6982, or get on firstlineconsultingservices.com. All right, our next topic we're going to talk about is cruise ship passengers return to Charleston, South Carolina to find their cars flooded. Wow. How would you like to go on a long cruise, come back, and then find out that your car has been flooded because of that big storm that went up across the East Coast, went all the way up to Maine, caused all kinds of flooding and everything else? And I just got done doing my show, telling it like it is with Leo Haggerty. And Leo said Tampa didn't even get hit. He said they got very minimal of anything. This was a big rain event with gusty winds and just a big mess. But how would you like to be on a cruise ship? Now, I'll never go on a cruise ship. I don't trust them. I don't trust cruise ships at all. Okay? Too many incidents banging into another ship. How about the incident, about 5-6 years or more ago, where the ship got stuck out in the middle of the ocean and the crew didn't speak any kind of English. Nobody could understand what they were saying. They were stuck out there for 2 weeks, and they finally were able to get the Coast Guard and some other countries to go out there and help out and get everybody off that boat. The electrical system went down on the one cruise ship. Staff doing stupid things. Just all kinds of negatives to want to make somebody like me not want to go on a cruise. Now, I don't know about you. I know a lot of people that have it on their bucket list that they want to go on some kind of a cruise. Why? Why? You know, the cruise I might go on if somebody paid for it was probably the Alaskan cruise to Juneau, Alaska. I would go on that cruise, but I can't because I'm handicapped. And it's hard for me to be able to maneuver around those rooms. Those rooms are very small in those boats. Okay. There's not a lot of space to get around. You're kind of cramped up, I guess. All right. There's a lot of great things. We have riverboat cruises that go from Louisville to Pittsburgh, New Orleans to Pittsburgh. They're like $4,000. I hear they're more expensive than going on a regular cruise after airfare and everything. All right. Do you or would you want to go on a cruise ship? I personally, I would not. And I just gave you some examples as to why. There's too many negatives involved. Staff don't know what they're doing. Ship getting stuck, breaking down. A fire somewhere. Anything can happen on any of these cruise ships. And if you want to be involved in that, that's fine. All right. If I want to swim in a pool, I'll swim here on shore instead of on a boat. I've been on a boat. I worked, we have a boat here. I'm not going to mention the business's name because they don't pay me. Okay. All right. Worked for them in the past. It's a tour ship that goes around. They have ships that go around the Three Rivers here in Pittsburgh. I've been on those cruises where they cruise around the rivers. They have sightseeing tours. They have dinner dancing. They call them captains dinner dancing. Captains. Okay, that's what they call them. I'm going to go on the boat and I'm going to go to a captain's dinner dance. Wow. But do you want to go on a cruise ship? Is that on your bucket list? Is that something you want to do? Got to get a passport to go to get off if you're going to another country. It's a mess. I don't think so. That is my opinion today on cruise ships. But to come back and find your car flooded, wow. After you just spent, 2 weeks on a ship? Oh, my. All right. This next segment is brought to you by Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. You ought to call Mata today. all for furnaces, radiant floors, humidifier service contracts, heat pumps, air conditioner, snow melt, air cleaner, UV lighting, and also a whole lot more. Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-201-0500. Ask for Bill. Tell him Ralph sent you. You ought to call Mata. All right, our next topic, we're going to talk about people going crazy at the fast food place. You know, this economy's so bad. Food prices are up sky high. People are screaming and hollering, as I've said on many other of my shows here, that people cannot afford to really do anything currently. I think this country's exaggerating this. And you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're exaggerating this, okay? Making it look like everybody's broke in this country. Now, I don't know, I know exotic places like they're not buying RVs like they did. They're not buying boats. They're not buying expensive cars right now. Uh, there's used car lots are starting to fill back up again because of COVID and our supply chain issue still going on, which I can't figure that out. Okay, and our government has done absolutely nothing to solve it. Okay, with all that, and now you have people going into fast food restaurants and causing problems. You didn't put the pickles on my Big Mac. I asked for no fries and you gave me French fries. I asked for no salt and you gave me salt. So I'm at this drive-through with my wife. Pick something up. This lady had the audacity to get out of her car. All right. Walk up to the drive-through window when I was trying to pay for my order. Got angry. Instead of walking inside, which in some of these places the inside dining is not open because again they don't have enough employees because again we're lazy in this country. Nobody wants to work. And I'll tell you about that in a minute here. But you have people now screaming and hollering. This lady just walks right up in front of me and decides that she's going to complain about her order. Okay. You have people stabbing people at the drive-through employees because their bun wasn't right on the burger. Why are we acting like this? Why? Because food prices keep going up, cost of gas goes up, everything goes up, and people are just obnoxious right now because they don't know what to do. I keep telling you that. Why? Because they're not getting the COVID money for free they used to get, some of these people. All right? They're not getting the COVID money, so they have to go out and work. They're struggling to make money with their rent. They're struggling to feed their family because they don't know what to do because they didn't plan ahead, as I said yesterday. They didn't bother to plan ahead. What they bothered to do was, okay, well, I thought COVID would be around for a while and I would be getting money. And this is our thought process, folks. This is our thought process. Why? Because we're on drugs. Why? Because we drink too much. It absorbs through our brains. Why? Because we don't have any common sense. So now everybody's taking all their stressful frustrations out on the fast food industry. How many times have I said, if you've listened or watched any of my other programs on RW Media Productions here, have I said that I'm tired of hearing the complaining of the fast food worker who gets on TV and complains and who gets mad because they're not making enough money and now they're paying them their $15 an hour and they don't want to work. Nobody wants to apply for the job and work now. Okay? You notice you don't hear them complaining anymore because you know why? They got what they wanted. Mission accomplished. They got $15 an hour. They're squeezing out of McDonald's, Burger King, Arby's, all the Wendy's, and all Subway, and all these other places. All right, $15 an hour starting pay. There's a convenience store chain here. Again, I'm not going to mention their name because they don't pay me. Okay. All right. They're offering $18.75 an hour for overnight, and they can't find nobody. They're trying so that it's convenient for people to go to the store after midnight. You haven't been able to do that for a while because, again, we don't have enough help. But then you don't want to work because you got crazies like some of these people going into fast food restaurants with guns and shooting employees because they didn't get what they wanted. But I got a good one for you, speaking of McDonald's, and I was going to talk about this later, but I'll talk about it now. A McDonald's in Columbus, Ohio. Person went through the drive-thru or whatever, got their bag. Guess what was in it? A crack pipe. So I guess one of the employees there is doing crack. So McDonald's now is just hiring anybody and their mother because I don't think they ever did background checks or drug testing. Okay. Now they're doing this stuff, and now you got that going on. A crack pipe in a bag in a Columbus, Ohio McDonald's. That, folks, is Ralph's opinion. And it's working both ways. Customers are getting obnoxious, and now and again, it's leading to this again, where you're not going to be able to get anything you want because you did this to these people. If I'm a fast food worker, I wouldn't work for a fast food chain if I knew my life was going to be at stake because somebody's upset because they didn't get their pickles on their burger. I know what it is. I worked at a Steak and Shake way before COVID. Okay? But we never had this kind of problem. Now, if you so much as even look the wrong way at people, they want to shoot you at a fast food restaurant or anything like that. That's my opinion today. All right, next we're going to talk about Jared Fogle. All right, I got some interesting news for you about him, but we have two sponsors for this segment. Fulton Travel Mobility. Call Fulton Travel Mobility today. Are you handicapped, disabled, in a wheelchair like I am? Give them a call today, 1-877 GOT-FOLD, 1-877 GOT-FOLD, FultonTravelMobility.com. Get a folding power wheelchair to make your life better. FultonTravelMobility.com. Check out their specials. Hurry, because at the end of the year, they're not going to be there. You can get almost 50% off on a folding power wheelchair. Talk to the professionals. Get online with the professionals. FultonTravelMobility.com, 1-877 GOT-FOLD. Tell them you heard it here. Here on Ralph's Opinion RW Media Productions. Our second sponsor for this segment is P6 Auto Detailing in New Kensington. Call them today, 412-965-6578. Have P6 Auto Detailing detail your car. Let the experienced professionals detail your car at P6 Auto Detailing. 412-965-6578. P6 Auto Detailing. All right, let's talk about Jared Fogle. Do you folks remember Jared Fogle? He was the guy that used to promote Subway. He's the guy that used to said he lost, 100 pounds eating Subway sandwiches only. I think he's full of crap. And I think Subway should be hauled to the carpet for this, but that's old news. But the current news about Jared Fogle is he is in an Englewood, Colorado federal corrections facility for soliciting young girls, having porn on his computer, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay. So now Jared Fogle, they're saying that his meal For Christmas, it's going to be turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy, vegetables, and maybe even a piece of pumpkin pie or whatever. All right. I don't know what federal prisons do, but I know I used to be involved in the Boy Scouts. This was before they were doing background checks. There was a guy who was in a federal prison, and he told me that it wasn't the best, but it wasn't bad compared to other jails and prisons. Well, Jared is here at this Englewood Federal Corrections Facility, serving his time of 15 years for, again, soliciting young girls and dealing with prostitution, and also not only just prostitution, but also he had porn on his computer. Okay. So here we are, Jared Fogle, what he is eating for the holiday season this year in his prison cell, and how he's handling things in prison. Okay. Wow. Isn't that interesting? How a guy that went from being the Subway spokesperson that everybody loved who eats Subway sandwiches. Okay. All right. Who eats Subway sandwiches as the actual big time spokesperson. And this is what he does. He does. It's almost as bad as athletes. Jared Fogle. Okay. I guess he thought, I'm the man for Subway. I can get away with this. Wrong. I'm an athlete. I can get away with that. Wrong. Jared Fogle's going to be enjoying a delicious turkey dinner for the holidays at his prison cell in Englewood, Colorado. Wow. How far have the famous fallen? That's my opinion on that today. All right. Let's pay a couple more bills here. Bon Journey, the Bon Jovi Journey tribute band, plays in Western Pennsylvania across the country. December 31st, they will be at the Winooski Winery in Bell Vernon, Pennsylvania. So if you're coming up to the Pittsburgh area for New Year's to spend time with your family, how about taking a trip out to the Winooski Winery and checking out Bon Journey in Bell Vernon at the Winooski Winery? New Year's Eve party, December 31st. All right. Next, Hillcrest Farms, Richmond, Ohio. Give them a call today, 740-346-5442, 740-632-2894. They are located 45 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh, right up the hill from famous Steubenville, Ohio. You know who's from Steubenville? Wild Cherry. Play that funky music, yeah, and Dean Martin. All right. But anyway, contact them today, 740-346-5442, 740-632-2894, right up the hill from Steubenville, Ohio. You can email them at hillcrestfarmsohio@gmail.com. Check out their website, www.hillcrestfarmsohio.com. They are shipping, and they also have a Facebook page, Hillcrest Farm. All right. Hillcrest Farm, Richmond, Ohio. Hay, grain, beef, some of the best in the business. Check out their package deals as well. Hillcrest Farm, Richmond, Ohio. You are watching or listening to Ralph's Opinion here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter platforms. This is the last show of 2023. I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will be back the week of January 1st. All right. But coming into the new year, are you a business person that needs some help? Are you looking to do more next year? Well, how about doing it this way instead of spending all kinds of money, $6,000 or whatever it is, on high-priced advertising? I have affordable advertising right here on all RW Media shows. 412-545-4317 or Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com. We also have a mailbag. I'll be taking your emails. All right. Steve from Niagara Falls, New York says, Ralph, I love the show. There you go. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. Till next year, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks for watching Ralph's Opinion. Have a good one. Be safe.